Madison County Board of Commissioners called to order, April term. This is Monday, April 20th, 8:30 a.m. Meeting at Madison County Health Department. Roll call. I'm sorry, Commissioner Wall.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let's all stand together, if you would, and welcome Brandon Shields from the Jackson Post. He's going to deliver our invocation and pledge allegiance this morning. You need no introduction.
First off, I like to always tweet out a photo from the beginning of the meeting. Boom, there we go. All right. Also, the last time I did this, I left my phone up here, so and it stayed up here the whole time, and it just felt awkward the whole time, so if I get up, I forgot, and come over here, I forgot to do that again. I'll get through this pretty quick, because I know people want to get to their jobs and early voting, but we all know why we're here, here to do the business of the county, and supposed to read a verse or whatever before we get started, and I was thinking back to last week during the budget hearings, and Commissioner Kirkland was asking a question of every department head. One that I had never heard asked during one of these budget hearings before, asking what their mission statement was. And some of them, you kind of caught them off guard, because some of them were able to spit one out either on the fly or they had one already. But for those of y'all who are unaware of what a mission statement is, it's just a pretty basic statement that guides the priorities and the objectives of an organization. And a lot of mission statements, a lot of them that were said last week were one or two sentences. I know there are some companies that have them like 2 pages long. It's a pretty long mission statement, but it still kind of guides their organization. And so, in the spirit of that, just kind of thinking about some of the most impactful verses from the entire Bible are the ones that are the most basic, for lack of a better word. Like just simply, when Jesus told the disciples, the people who really love you are going to be the ones who do what I tell them to. Or Micah 6:8, when he says, and that's the one I'm trying to look up here. He has told you, O man, what is good. What does the Lord require of you but to do justice and to love kindness and to walk humbly with your God. There's a lot of verses throughout the Bible where us humans try to complicate our walk with God, but it's just simply do what God tells us to do and care about other people. And for the next hour or so, hopefully it's only about an hour or so during this meeting, y'all got 100,000 people that y'all are just simply here to do the business of them and care about those people. And knowing y'all like I know you do, I know that is the #1 priority. And then after that, we can get back to trying to get all of y'all that want to come back reelected. So, with that, I'll lead some prayer, then we'll play. That's how we do this, right? God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for all your many blessings. We thank you for this group and everyone in this room. We thank you for just how much you love us and the beautiful weather you've given us. And everyone that's going to be involved in the decisions made today, pray that you give wisdom to them and to make the best decisions that they see fit for the greater good of the people of Madison County. We love you and we thank you for all you've done for us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. And without objection, we'll approve last month's minutes by unanimous consent. 23 present, 2 absent. We have one requested public comment this morning. Mr. Dave Collinger, could you come up to the front, please, to the podium, and you'll have 3 minutes to address the group.
So, excuse me, sir. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna need about 4 or 5. Is that okay?
No, our rules are 3. I mean, I'm gonna let you really get going before I start, but.
Chairman, Commissioners, thank you for your opportunity to speak. My name is Dave Cloniger, and my family and I own property at 73 Hart Road in Madison County. I want to thank you for all your service to the county. You would not be here if you did not have the desire to help this community thrive. I also appreciate the efforts you and your predecessors have made to structure intentional zoning parameters that ensure safe and healthy neighborhoods. I'm here today because we are being directly impacted and damaged by an ongoing and increasing activity of a commercial sawmill operating next to our county property, and that it is in violation of the zoning ordinance set forth by this commission. We've provided supporting documentation for your review. This issue has already been confirmed in multiple sources: TDEC, Elvis Hollis, Mayor Massey, and the building commissioner, as you all have notification of that. We've submitted this evidence that was required by us to gather from Jeff Clark to prove that this lumber mill is bringing in off-site lumber. At the point we were told this matter would be referred to the county attorney enforcement, and we should be patient. We've waited for over a year. When finally contacted the county attorney's office directly, we were told the case has not been received for the zoning enforcement, and they would take no action. Meanwhile, the activity has not stopped, it has increased. Operations begin before dawn. Employees of the sawmill have had to cut through our fence to put out fires from their property. There's a constant heavy truck traffic causing damage, costly damage as it is, to the county roads and infrastructures from this property being zoned and possibly taxed for the level without the zoning and properly taxed for the level of commercial use. There's ongoing smoke and air quality. We've installed a smoke monitor that shows unhealthy levels. We've also tried to address through proper channels. Madison County regulations state the complaints received for burning to be stopped, but when calling the fire department, they said the county does not regulate sawmills. We see no exemption for that. TDEC has told us sawmills are allowed to burn, but the underlying issue remains. This is a commercial sawmill operating in a zoning district where it is not permitted. This impact does not only limit our property, our neighbors have also expressed concern and frustration of the ongoing activity. They've called the fire department multiple times as the fires have spread from the sawmill. They also have had ash covering their vehicles, lawn, and home, as we have. Even the basic home occupations in the zoning district are required. Be secondary to residential use, not change the character of the area, not create nuisance conditions. This operation does not meet any of those standards. So today we are asking for clarity and action. Does the county intend to enforce the zoning regulations in this case? And if so, will you direct the county attorney to proceed with enforcement? If the county has decided not to enforce, we respectfully request the legal basis for this decision.
Mr. Collinger, time's up. We appreciate it, and we have an attorney-client meeting scheduled for today, and if we want to discuss this, we'll discuss everything during that time. Presentation from Jackson Downtown Development. Ms. Beth Ann Simpson, come on up.
Okay, good morning. Thank you all for having me. I'm Beth Ann Simpson, and I'm the director of Jackson Downtown Development Corporation, and I appreciate y'all giving me a few moments of your time to recap our progress in 2025 and then give you a few things to note for 2026 that are coming for downtown. You should have a summary of our annual report in front of you, and I'm just going to highlight a few things from that. To note, one of the things, if you'll go back to those phases, one of the things I just wanted to start with is, while I know that sometimes I feel like our progress and growth downtown can be slow day to day, when you look back, I'm really proud of the work that we're doing downtown and the ways in which our partners have invested. And I really think that this is from Downtown Retail Strategies, which is a national organization that meets with Main Street organizations to encourage them and give them research and data to make good decisions with the way that we develop downtowns. And so this just shows to me that we're on the right track. I think that there's been great investment from our public entities and infrastructure and public art and things to improve safety and facades downtown. And what that does is increase activity, more visitors, higher foot traffic. And so those events and things that people are doing bring folks down. And then that leads to where we are, I think, now in phase 3 and 4, which is investor confidence, where buildings are being purchased and people are renovating properties. And then we hope to see more of that business growth. We do have some vacancies still in downtown, but those buildings are being rehabbed and ready for a tenant, and we're excited about what's to come. So I really just wanted to kind of highlight that I think that good decisions have been made and the investment in the right areas so that we can continue to see growth and progress downtown. So I think we can be confident about where we're headed. For JDDC's contribution to that, I think we've done a good job of leveraging additional funds to support economic and community development, and we've really tried to focus our efforts on physical improvements and programs that increase traffic and small business development. One of the things you'll see here is we received $350,000 or $300,000 from the state in facade improvement grants. And then some additional grants that get us up to about $350,000 over 2025. And those are being utilized now. Since 2023, we received an additional Tennessee ECD grant. So with the combination of that in 2023 and the ones we received in 2025, we've improved 7 buildings with 11 more to be completed in 2026. And those are facade improvements to some of our downtown buildings in partnership with our property owners. And so we're grateful for those funds and our partnerships with our businesses and property owners to make that feasible. We'll also be using some of those downtown improvement grants from the state for wayfinding signage and streetscape beautification through some enclosures for our dumpsters, for wayfinding signage that I mentioned. That is a great partnership between Visit Jackson and the Chamber. They started a initiative to get a plan for wayfinding across the community, and because we have some grant funds ready to go, downtown will pilot that, and then we hope to keep that signage going so that our signage across the community is cohesive, and so we're excited to be able to do that through those grant funds. And this is just an example of one of those improvements on Liberty Street that the Symphony sits in, and you can go on. And then I'll just mention from our economic-driven programs that Jackson Downtown Development puts on, we saw 7,000 participate in those programs. We've really tried to do programs that are intentional to get folks in our downtown businesses to help them in times that maybe things are a little slower. So those are intentional with the Lavender Trail, the Holiday Passport Program, things like that to activate walkability and kind of slower months of traffic. And then we promote and support all these other organizations and partners that are doing events downtown, and we're seeing more and more of those year after year. So I know we promoted at least over 300 events that are happening downtown. We also received some Placer AI data from the state that said we had 2.9 million visitors from April of 2024 to 2025 with an average dwell time of 98 minutes, which just shows that those folks are coming downtown and then they're choosing to shop or eat and stay with us about an hour and a half. And so we were grateful to see those numbers, and they've been pretty consistent the last 2 to 3 years of around 3 million. And then we also are responsible for the local incubator space on Lafayette, and we've seen that program really be successful in getting small businesses a start and getting them to graduate into larger space downtown. 50% of our tenants have gone into larger space downtown, and so we're actually moving one in. Her last day is to be open at the local is this Saturday, and she's moving into the Old Moore studio. There'll be a bakery there, and that started at the local. So many of our downtown businesses started at the local, and so we're seeing that be successful, and we'll be moving in a new food-based tenant in May. So we're excited about that continued success. As part of our Main Street annual report, we track reinvestment statistics for the state, and so I just wanted to give you a little snapshot of what that's looked like the last few years. And you can see how many new businesses we've netted, and then how much public and private investment into downtown. We've been pretty consistent in our rehab projects for buildings, and then even that new construction is some of those new housing units. And then we'll see more of those housing units online this year. We've got apartments going in on Lafayette with Prosper, and then we've got several new phases of Jackson Walk that will be completed, and the next phase going on behind the roundabout will start soon. So we're seeing continued development and growth there, and we're excited about that. And this is just to highlight a few of those new businesses. If you haven't been downtown and you're looking for something new to do, we've got Home Soul, which is a 12,000 square foot in the old Jackson-Madison building, home furnishing store, a bookstore, a speakeasy, the bakery that I was telling you about that's opening in just a few weeks in the Moore studio space. So that's just to highlight a few of those new ones. And then I just wanted to note, going back to that $4 million in public and private investment, we just wanted to kind of show this breakdown that for every dollar spent in public improvement projects, and that was sidewalks, facade improvements, art installations, we saw a 22 return in private improvement projects spent. So we're really seeing a return there, and people continuing to privately invest in downtown buildings and projects. Then this just noted our city's contribution and how much JDDC has leveraged from that. And then we also noted our total assessed property value in 2025, which is over $156 million, and that has increased $8.6 million since 2023. So again, just year after year, we're seeing our property values increase and continued investment. So, and then I just wanted to mention a few things on the way. We'll continue to support our existing businesses and assist with recruiting others to our available properties. If you have someone who's interested in a downtown building or business concept, please connect us, and I would love to help connect those dots with property owners and figure out if there's a good space for you or someone you know. With our new accreditation of Main Street Tennessee in America, we'll continue to take advantage of grant opportunities and resources through Tennessee ECD and our Main Street network. And we'll continue to host the Main Street directors. We're doing that actually in July. They'll all be down here in Jackson and downtown this July, so that we're excited to host them. And to 2025, we conducted a survey, focus groups, and a 3-year strategic plan with a Main Street consultant, which will guide our work to continue developing as an arts district and focusing on food and beverage and programming for all ages in the downtown district. You will see us expand our First Fridays and our holiday programming throughout the year, but we would not be able to do this work without our partners with the city and the chamber, JA, property owners, businesses, our nonprofit and board members. And so we're thankful for their support. A few things to note, the public art projects will continue. You'll see several of those installations at the end of in the spring of 2026 and into the summer. I mentioned our wayfinding signage phase 1 that will begin by the end of this year. We also received another planning grant for a kitchen incubator space, similar to the local, but it would focus on food-based businesses. I mentioned the Central Creek development. We're excited that that will, that was a grant from the West Tennessee River Basin Authority, and that will take place and has to be done by September. So we're excited about that project. And then I've mentioned the Jackson Walk phases and Lafayette Apartments. And then hopefully we're still on track for our downtown trailhead to Bemis, and we're excited about the progress there. So lots of good things happening downtown, and we appreciate your continued support as individuals or businesses, and as the county commission. So thank y'all so much for your time. Do you have any questions? Thank y'all.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
on this previous item about the sawmill, I know that's attorney-client located toward the end, but there will be a public discussion about this, right?
We can discuss it when we come back out of the meeting, if you want to.
Okay.
Announcements from the chair. I'd like to recognize Bart Swift. You come on up. And while he's coming up, I'd like to remind all the commissioners that our benevolence fund is getting low. And if you would, if you want to make a donation, get it to Sarah, and we'll get it greatly appreciated. Thank you, Bart.
Thank you, Chairman, for giving me just a couple of minutes to, this morning. Good morning, all commissioners, everyone here. There'll probably be a more appropriate ceremony, something for this, but many of you know my father-in-law was Carl Perkins, and he always believed, hey, if you want to give somebody, you give it to them. Don't wait till their birthday, don't wait to, and one time he, I think when Debbie was about 6, he showed her all the Santa Claus presents about a week before Christmas. So he got in big trouble for that. Well, my dad won the Bronze Star in World War II, and in combat in the South Pacific. I was always extremely proud of that, and it was always been prominently displayed in our home. My brother, who's a friend through refereeing, and Larry back there, refereeing, he has it in his home, and my sister and I were very proud of that. I have a copy of the explanation of what he did, winning the Bronze Star on the island of Spiffett, and it's, of course, very impressive to me, of course, and very proud of that. Approximately 15 years ago, I was in an antique store, and I found a Bronze Star, and I have the explanation of my dad's, what he did, some pictures of my dad in my office downtown. So I bought it and displayed it with that. It's been sitting there for 15 years. Moving forward, the other day after budget meetings, I was downtown office talking to someone, and is it Dr. Commissioner or Commissioner Dr. Kirkland? Ron came in, and somehow the Bronze Star conversation came up. And Dr. Kirkland said that he won the Bronze Star. He said undeserved, I don't doubt that. But he had lost his. And, I value my dad so much. This morning, I would like to note that Dr. Kirkland, Ron, won the Bronze Star. So, I'm not worthy of presenting this Bronze Star. It should be a more heady ceremony probably. But Dr. Kirkland, Ron, I'd like you to come up. To finish up, I'd just like to say that thank you for serving our country. I know we have other veterans here, and so proud of that. And just thank every veteran here, and I hope, like my dad's, you'll display it in your home.
The check is in the mail.
Is it a big one?
It's a big one.
Congratulations on that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bart. Reports and presentations by the county mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I thought I'd come up here and save you all the neck turning. I do want to reiterate the downtown focus. Y'all do know that downtown is smack in the middle of Madison County, right? So we kind of get hyper-focused on county issues here, but Jackson is a big part of our county, and we frankly would not be the same without them. So I want to see continued involvement in downtown. I'd like to see you commissioners downtown more often. We enjoy ourselves downtown. It's a great place to work. It's a great place to go get lunch. It's a great place to see folks on the street. It's absolutely one of my favorite places in town. So I want to see it continue to grow. And I want you to think back to the last big city that you visited. Where did you visit? Probably there downtown. And so that's part of our heartbeat in Madison County, and I want to see that good and safe and well taken care of. So I'll just say that. So Jackson Downtown Development does their work there. Raise your hand if you've heard of Blue Suede Rockabilly Weekend. Okay, not every hand went up. So I'm going to tell you about that. That's coming up this weekend. This is our year one attempt to begin to build some culture in Madison County that rivals some of our surrounding counties. We have teapot festivals, we have strawberry festivals, we have all kinds of festivals out there, mule festivals, things that frankly are odd and don't highlight the community in quite a clear way like Blue Suede Rockabilly Weekend will do. So that's been an idea of our Visit Jackson team with Jackson Downtown Development, our city and our county leadership to have that happen this weekend. So it's going to be a weekend full of music performance, classic car shows, dancing, and food vendors. Celebrate Jackson's rockabilly heritage, obviously focusing on Carl Perkins. So there'll be performances. There's some international folks coming into town to perform. Rockabilly is a much bigger deal internationally than it is in West Tennessee or the U.S. So we expect this to begin to bring in visitors every year, and we will begin to rival some of those surrounding counties on what they do on that piece. I also want to highlight an event that happened yesterday, a local nonprofit named Sleep in Heavenly Peace. Their mission is to make beds for the children who don't have beds. There's a surprising number of Madison County residents whose children sleep on the floor or in a car or on a couch or in bed with parents because there's not another option. And that's just not good enough. When most of your children and grandchildren are sleeping in beds big enough for 3 or 4 children. These children don't have beds to sleep on. And so yesterday we had Mayor's Build Day in the Jackson Farmers Market. I want to thank Matt Preston. Matt's on that board and a participant with Sleep in Heavenly Peace. TJ King was out there building beds yesterday. Mike Peary was building beds. Chief Turner and his team were out there to the bitter end of that. And Kyle Barron with our airport was out there too. I think I'm just now getting the dust out of my eyes. We built 30 beds, which on the surface doesn't sound like a lot, but when each of those beds has 20 or 30 pieces of wood in them and they all have to be sanded and stained and cut to length and a lot of effort went into that. So that's 30 children in Madison County that won't have to sleep on the floor. So Sleep in Heavenly Peace, you can look up their website. They have, you can apply for a bed there if you need one out there in the community. And I don't need to remind most people in this room, but I'll remind our viewers at home, if you don't know, early voting is happening right now. So please get by and vote. I want to thank Lori Lott and her team for their endless effort with that. I see them every day leave tired and really just putting in the work. So thank you so much. We have a quality voting process. It's in and out in less than 5 minutes. And I just want to remind the public to go vote this week. And that will be all I have, Mr. Chairman. Thank you all so much. Y'all have a great week.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Reports from county officials, standing special committees, any old business action thereon by this board. Mr. Neoff.
Mr. Chair, thank you for recognizing me.
On behalf of everyone here, I just wanted to let you know, I am your airport liaison, and we have to have our airport leader back here. Where'd he go? There he is. So while he's coming to the front, I'll just notice something too. There's a lot of Leadership Jackson alumni in here. There's actually 3 of them have spoke. Myself right now, Mr. Shields, and Beth Ann Simpson happen to be part of the best class ever. And we have some others here that may debate that, and maybe even the guy that's speaking next. I just want to recognize Mr. Barron, and I yield the rest of my time to him.
Thank you, Mr. Needhoff. I think Commissioner Bryant and I would say the grade 28 are the best Leadership Jackson class for sure. Appreciate the time this morning, and just wanted to come in and briefly say a little bit of things are going on at the airport. Just this last month, we had 1,155 passengers. That's the most employments that we have had since TSA came back to the airport. It is a great time to be at Jackson Regional Airport, and want to encourage you guys to tell all your constituents about it. Right now, flights are going 6 days a week. We take off Wednesday, and they're going 8 a.m. to Atlanta and returns at 11 o'clock, and then 11:30 to Chicago, returning at 4:40 starting in May. So that plane is coming back from Chicago. You get home about 6:30. Which means you get back to your bed about 6:50, right? So we want to just make sure that the community knows about the airport and the opportunities to connect to over 3,000 cities worldwide. So just because we fly to Atlanta and Chicago doesn't mean you can't go further, and we want to encourage everybody to take advantage of that. They've got about a 95% reliability right now, so that means on time 95% of the time. So that is 80% is industry standard, so they are absolutely an amazing partner with Denver Air Connection. And then the last piece that as we continue to grow, we're investing the $10 million from the governor's allocation that we received last year. Our RFQ just went out for engineering on the hangars, so if you know of any business or individual that has an interest on hangars, we're going to have community hangars as well as T hangars coming in the very near future. So please have them reach out to us. We'd love to talk with them. Love to see you at the airport, and tell your friends. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Watson.
The Highway Committee met and recommends the approval for the Highway Superintendent to secure the engineer and oversee the design of State Route 223 from the end of the 4-lane section at Pacific Industries to the south end of the industrial park. And this will be funded by a grant secured by the Chamber from TVA. And this is a committee recommendation.
This committee recommendation. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Any other reports? Any amendments, transfers to the general fund, school department, capital projects, highway department, debt services, and juvenile court service budgets fiscal year 25-26? Commissioner Alexander.
Mr. Chairman, have a couple of items from fund balance this month. Highway fund, $3,672,807. This is to align the bridge program with state aid programs to actual year-end cleanup.
This committee recommendation. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next fund balance item is drug court, $1,360. This is replenishing funds to other charges in the general fund and from SAMHSA grants.
This committee recommendation. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
These next several items are grants, new funds.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion, we take all these together.
I'd like to second that motion.
The grants section.
Have a first and a second to take all the grants at one time. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
All right, reading them all at one time, Mr. Chairman. Miscellaneous, $100,000, that's for a 2024 broadband grant. Fire Department, $1,875, this is reimbursement for live fire training. Next is Fire Department, $56,628, State of Tennessee turnout gear grant. Fire Department, $20,605, sale of vehicles. Building Department, $6,995, insurance recovery for a 2012 Ford Escape. Sheriff's Department, $53,879.35. This is reimbursement for salaries and overtime, no effect on MOE. Sheriff's Department, $4,960. This is a proceeds from GovDeal sales and there's no effect on MOE. Sheriff, $183,000. This is for fiscal year 26, 287G warrant services officer grant, no effect on MOE.
These are all committee recommendations. Any discussion on any of them? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next, Mr. Chairman, we have transfers, community corrections, $10,000. This is moving funds from salary supplements to contracted services.
It's committee recommendation. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next is transfers, Sheriff's Department, $327,400. This is moving funds to cover additional costs in various line items. No effect on MOE.
It's committee recommendation. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Next are reserves, Sheriff's Department, $93,608. 2 new vehicles for Criminal Investigation Division. No effect on MOE.
It's committee recommendation. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next to reserves is Sheriff's Department, $20,000. Purchase and installation of an X-ray scanner.
Committee recommendation. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next 3 line items are internal transfers. Information technology, $1,200. Transfer funds from cabling to data processing supplies to cover cost of MS Office for new workstations.
It's committee recommendation. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Again, IT, $300. Transfer funds from data processing supplies to office supplies for paint cost.
It's committee recommendation. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Last is elections, $1,200. Transfer funds for a seminar in Nashville.
It's committee recommendation. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
We have several here for the school system. That concludes the county side. We'll take up the school system's budget amendments now. Fund 141, general purpose, $450. This is maintenance of plant. This budget amendment is to correct a salary line item and to close out fiscal year 26.
It's committee recommendation. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next is $11,400 attendance. This budget amendment is to correct salary and benefit line items to close out fiscal year 26.
It's committee recommendation. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next is $82,200 technology. This budget amendment is to correct salary and benefit lines to close out fiscal year 26.
It's committee recommendation. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
$4,650, Director of Schools. The budget amendment is to correct salary and benefit line items to close out fiscal year 26.
It's committee recommendation. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next item is $21,920.01, Public School Security Grant. This budget amendment revision is to move funds in the correct expenditure lines within the grant and to align with munis.
It's committee recommendation. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next is $125,000. This is new money, Toyota grant. This budget amendment is to place the funds in the correct expenditure line so that the funds can be utilized.
Committee recommendation. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next is $90,000. This is fiscal services. This budget amendment is to correct salary and benefit lines to close out fiscal year 26.
Committee recommendation. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next is $215,700, regular instruction program. This budget amendment is to correct salary and benefit lines to close out fiscal year 26.
Committee recommendation. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next is $167,450, operations. This budget amendment is to correct salary and benefit lines to close out fiscal year 26.
Committee recommendation. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next is $79,350, special education program. This budget amendment is to correct salary and benefit lines to close out fiscal year 26.
Committee recommendation, any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next is $30,800, community services. This amendment is to correct a benefit line and add salary contribution funds for sponsorships to close out fiscal year '26.
Committee recommendation, any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next is $59,500, pre-K local. This amendment is to correct a salary and benefit line to close out fiscal year '26.
It's committee recommendation, any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next is $246,700. This is CTE. This amendment is to correct a salary and benefit line to close out fiscal year '26.
Committee recommendation, any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next is $233,500, health services. This amendment is to correct the salary and benefit line to close out fiscal year '26.
Committee recommendation, any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next is $325,000, teaching and learning lift network. This budget amendment is needed for fiscal year '26 TCAP preparation.
Committee recommendation, any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next is $1,442,208, fiscal services. This budget amendment is to refund the fiscal year '24 142 ESSER 2.0 reimbursement from 141.
It's committee recommendation, any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next is Fund 142 Federal Projects, $1,442,208. Fiscal services, this budget amendment is to refund the fiscal year '24 ESSER 2.0 reimbursement in 142.
Committee recommendation, any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next is Fund 143, School Nutrition, $75,000. School Nutrition, this budget amendment is to correct the salary and benefit lines to close out fiscal year '26.
Committee recommendation, any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Next is Fund 141, General Purpose, $500,000. This is capital outlay. The budget amendment is needed for the roofing project at Rose Hill, and additional funding will be used for student incentives for academics and athletics.
This is committee recommendation, any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Mr. Chairman, we'll have some more items on the agenda that are budget committee recommendations, but we'll take them at that point. This concludes my report.
Thank you. Consideration of resolution to rezone property located northeast quadrant of Interstate 40 and Highway 70 from FAR to B3. Commissioner Watson.
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve.
Second.
Have a second. We got a motion on the floor. Would anybody like to discuss or speak on behalf, for or against? Does anyone have any questions for Stan? He's here this morning. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Passes. Consideration and possible approval of the 2026 Madison County Road List.
Mr. Chairman, this is a committee recommendation for approval.
Committee recommendation. Does anybody have any questions? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Resolution to approve agreement to acquire property for the right-of-way purposes for Stewart Road. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Have a first and a second. Is there any discussion on this?
Yeah, I'll just share that this is part of the ongoing ARP pipe replacement project that we've been doing over the last year. And this is one of the last pieces of, or last sites that we've got to acquire right away on. And appreciate your support and approval of this resolution.
This is committee recommendation, or is it committee? Yeah, it is committee recommendation. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Resolution approving renewal of contract with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee for county employee health insurance benefits. Commissioner Wall.
Insurance Committee met, and we do have a committee recommendation. Just wanted to explain a little bit about what we're talking about. There is a resolution on the screen, as well as we got that in our email. There's a 5-year flat fee agreement that began in '24, runs through '29. That is for the administration of our insurance. There's nothing to be done with that today, but there is a recommendation, a scenario that they gave us. They gave us several scenarios, but the best that the committee came up with to be able to move forward for the next year with Blue Cross Blue Shield would include a 16.2% increase to the current rates, which is for our current $100,000 stop loss. But also, in order to keep our rates lower, or at the 16.2%, it would mean that we would need to put a laser on one of our claimants, one of our employees that's a high cost, basically a high cost employee when it comes to medical and pharmacy. A laser is just simply it's where Blue Cross sets a higher than normal deductible for a specific individual who is considered high risk. So our recommendation is to accept that scenario 1 option with a new laser being placed on this employee, which would be at a $540,000 laser. We would continue to keep the current $100,000 stop loss on everyone else. There's only 2 lasers that we would have if we approve this. And the annual increase would be about $212,847. That is committee recommendation.
Committee recommendation, any discussion?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Ellis.
If I understood Commissioner correctly, if you gonna put a target on one person, is that discrimination?
Commissioner Brown.
My question is that, will this increase be a drastic improvement or effect on the employee investment?
The increase, I mean, now you gotta take into consideration all the other benefits that we offer as well. The lift, there's a lot of the diabetes program, many other programs that
Are
we
they
provide as
different than
well.
what they've been?
I'm sorry?
Are they different than what they've been?
No, it's the same benefit.
Okay, but is there an increase on the employee investment?
We have not decided the budget is actually talking about that next week.
To address Commissioner Ellison's question, no, that is not. That is just a product added to our insurance plan that will protect our, I guess, claims in a sense. So it does not target anyone at all.
If you got one person, if there's only one person, that you're gonna increase the premium on.
We're not
It's not- we're not
increasing
increasing.
premium on anybody, any one person.
It does not single out, target, or anything. It just protects the overall plan for the entire county.
Yeah, I don't think we know who that person is or anything about it. We're just
That's correct.
protecting the county. Ms. Godwin. Go ahead, Ms. Godwin.
I just want to know, in the average, it went up 16% on the average to the basic family plan for one person, or whatever. What's the cost? The cost to employees has not been determined. This is just a contract between the county and Blue Cross as to what the county will pay Blue Cross for their services, okay? So to fund the budget committee and the insurance committee will determine how that will be funded from employee contributions and from the county at a later date. This is just to pay for the services that Blue Cross provides to us as our insurance company.
Right.
And when we do know, y'all bring that back to us. Yes.
Any other discussion? This is committee recommendation. All those in favor of approving the resolution, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Passes. Memorandum of Understanding between Recycle Services LLC and Madison County Solid Waste. Commissioner Alexander.
This is a Budget Committee recommendation. Just to give everybody a little update on this here, we've already approved this memorandum. This memorandum is edited to include a 90-day escape clause for the county if it doesn't work out.
This committee recommendation, any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Appointment of one member to the Agricultural Extension Committee by CLB, 2-year term.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to nominate Mike Bailey.
Have a nomination of Mike Bailey.
I'll second.
Have a second. Any other nominations? All those in favor of appointing Mike Bailey say aye. Aye. All opposed? Appointment of one member, appointment of one liaison to the Conservation Board by the CLB, 2-year term, vacant seat.
Nominate Tim Mercer.
Second.
Have a first and a second. Any other nominations? All those in favor of Commissioner Mercer say aye. Aye. All opposed? Appointment of 3 members to the Equalization Board by CLB, 2-year term, Jim Dyer, Larry Hearn, and Rosemary Weather, incumbents.
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Black, of course, in the pre-agenda meeting, we didn't know if one wanted, have we've heard from that individual, and that is Mr. Hearn. Yeah, we have not heard from him as to whether he's going to accept it or not. I just wanted to make that point.
Thank you.
Yeah, I moved to appoint Jim Dyer, Rosemary Weather, and leave the 3rd seat vacant until we hear from Mr. Hearn or come up with another candidate.
Second.
Have a first and a second to appoint 2 members. All those in favor?
Who were the members we're talking about?
Rosemary Weather and Jim Dyer. And then we'll still have a vacant seat. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Appointment of one member to West Tennessee Healthcare Board of Trustees by CLB, 5-year term, Phil Bryant, incumbent.
I move to reappoint Mr. Phil Bryant.
Second.
Have a second. All those in favor of appointing Mr. Phil Bryant, or say aye. Aye. All opposed? Appointment of one member to the Jackson Community Redevelopment Agency by the county mayor with CLB approval, 3-year term, Sammy West, incumbent. Mr. Mayor.
I'd like to request to table that until next month.
Yes, sir.
I'll make a motion to table that on behalf of the mayor.
I second.
All those in favor of tabling, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion tabled. At this time, without objection, we'll approve the notaries and go into an attorney-client meeting. And I'll ask everyone to clear the room. Back to order. Number 21, any and all matters related to or connected with matters set forth in items 1 through 20. Does anybody?
Might I take a moment of personal privilege and make a further comment? I was totally caught unaware. Those of us who served in Vietnam should not have been painted with the dislike of that war. But there are others who have served since then who put their lives on the line just like I did, even though I had very little exposure. I'd like to ask those who served in the combat zone since then to please stand and be recognized. Or in Vietnam. Are there others? Yep, there we go.
If there's not any more discussion about any of the items we've discussed today, then I'll take a motion.
We need to make a motion to suspend the rules. for that? Don't we need to do that, what we're gonna talk about?
Opioid settlement.
Yeah.
We need a motion on that.
Okay.
So we gotta make a motion to suspend the rules to address that.
Second to suspend.
Have a first and a second to suspend the rules. All those in favor of suspending the rules, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Commissioner Neoff.
I'll make a motion to adopt the resolution, or not resolution, I guess I'll make a motion to recognize Jay to explain what we're making a motion on.
Your motion is to approve the settlement with the 6 remnant defendants from their regional opioid manufacturers in here. I will read their names off just so it's clear for the record. Those are Associated Pharmacies, Inc., J.M. Smith Corporation, Louisiana Wholesale Drug Company, Inc., Morrison-Dixon Company, North Carolina Mutual Wholesale Drug Company, Inc., and United Natural Foods, Inc., and that is to approve the settlement with those pharmaceutical manufacturers.
Commissioner Gott. Have a second?
What he said, Mr. Chair, that's right.
Any discussion?
Godwin seconded.
Godwin second. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Now, anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.